Alright gang, welcome back to the very final episode of the 100 horsepower challenge on Ostbeck. It is now June, which I said we were going to be skipping some months, right? Because we had to wait for this field to be harvested, or ready to be harvested, I should say. And now is the time, June. And June is actually the best time to sell soybeans, so we should make a nice profit here off of this field. The other thing remaining left to do is to sell the rest of the stuff that we have on the actual farm, which is a couple sheds, a couple greenhouses. I have also already moved a few of the other pieces of equipment that we don't need anymore over to the sell point. Have not sold them yet, but they are there, prepped and ready to go for us, just to save us a few minutes, if at all possible. Now, this field won't take too long to do, but we also have to pick up the straw in the other field. Now, there's going to be a lot of weeds in that field, but the straw should still be able to be picked up, so we're going to do that and sell it. Sorry, gang, I hit the microphone there. And, yeah. Other than that, things are going well. Hopefully you're all doing well as well. I'm going to move my microphone here just a bit. There we go. I think that's probably a little bit of a better spot for it than where it was. But yeah, hopefully you're all doing well. Hope you're doing well, at least. It's sad to have this one come to an end. I was really having a lot of fun with it. If we had more time, I certainly would have, tried to get a lot more fields. But we're FS22 is upon us, gang. It's here. So this is it. I did see a post from Rusty the other day that said they are working. Him and Krusty are working on a challenge of sorts. So I'm interested to see how that is when I get back from my work trip. And I'll probably take part in it. Excuse me. But we'll see, right? We'll see how it plays out, what the actual challenge is from them. I'm sure it's a good one. Normally they come up with some pretty good ideas. I'll pop out a first-person view here for a second. One thing I did not do in the last episode, and we should have, was sell this field, so let's go ahead and sell it. We're now at 375, so we've way blown past what I said we were going to get to from selling these fields, obviously, but yeah, it's we're gonna make a lot of money out of this. We got a good chance, I think, to break 500,000 at this point, because we're going to sell this field too. And this field wasn't cheap either, so this field's going to get us... Well, actually, we're definitely going to break 500,000. We might get to 600,000, actually. Because this field wasn't cheap either. Yeah, 100,000. So this is going to put us to 475 when we sell this field alone. And we have all these soybeans, right? And I told you soybeans are... They're best to sell pretty much right now. It might be next month, but it's around now. It is right now, June. And they're still going up slightly at the market stall. It is a little bit better at the shop, but it's not... crazily better, about $100 per 1,000 liters better. I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to sell it at the shop. At the market stall, excuse me, not the shop. Getting my lingo confused. We're going to sell it at our market stall, not sell it at the shop. There we go. Got it properly correct that time. So once I get around the headland here a couple of times, what we're going to do is throw this on a worker. The worker's not going to do what we expect. We already know that. But we have to pick up all that straw. Now, we have to do that straw ourselves, though we can't really put a worker on picking up the straw. So we're going to be running the straw back and forth just straight to the sell point. We also have to sell all of the stuff that's still on the farm here, the different placeables like the greenhouses, like I mentioned, right? We could sell the shed and everything. We can sell pretty much everything now. I was going to kind of wait, though, for those until towards the end. Not that we're going to make a ton of money off of them, but maybe if we make a few extra bucks, right? We might as well try to get as much money as we can here. Now, we can probably sell the house right now. Our little tiny house. Don't really need that anymore. We're not going to be skipping any more months or sleeping or anything like that. Once we're done with this field and the other field over there, we're done. So, we don't really need that anymore. So we might do that. What to see. The Ohio Richland series is also coming to a close, obviously, as you expect, right? I've talked about it before, but if you haven't, you might want to check out those leading up to it. We're making some big progress here in the last few episodes. Put down a new hop plantation, which is going to make us tons of money. Absolute tons of money. We're almost full here, so we're going to have to unload this guy here in just a second. And then likely, once I get up here to the end, and even though I didn't do a full headland pass like I said I was going to do, I'm probably going to put it on a worker at that point. We'll jump over to the straw stuff. It shouldn't take us too long to get that straw up. That loading wagon we have, it's decent. It's not the biggest, size, so we're going to have to make a bunch of trips. But it's not bad. It's not bad. And we could sell some stuff that's actually at the sell point as well, the store, whatever you want to call it. We can sell that stuff while we're at it as well. We will have to bring all this stuff over there to sell too, so... And we are full. Alright, so let's get into the John Deere here. I probably, in hindsight, should have pulled the John Deere up over here somewhere. We kind of knew it was going to be over here. We've gone around this headland enough to know... that it was going to be over there somewhere, but oh well. You live and learn, right? Live and learn. I did move the pallets of the IBCs over here on the edge, so the next owner of this, right, when we sell this, whoever wants to buy it, will have a little bit of a bonus when they buy it. They'll get some liquid fertilizer and herbicide that they can utilize. A nice guy like that. 2 hot air balloons in the air over there. Love that church. I've said it so many times. I say it, I think, every single episode, but I do. I love that church. There's something about old-style churches like that, old-looking churches like that. They don't really make them like that anymore. I love architecture. I originally, at one point in my life, I had potentially thought about going into being an architect. Then I realized how long you have to go to school for to be an architect, and didn't really have a whole lot of money to spend 8 to 10 years going to school. So that didn't come to fruition. I did, however, get a graphic design degree, which realistically the only amount of graphic design that I even do at this point in my life is the thumbnails for these episodes. So at least I get a little bit of graphic design still going on in my life, but it's certainly not as much as I had anticipated. And mostly the reason for that is because when I went to college, I'm ranting here, so bear with me for a minute. When I went to college and I graduated, graphic design was supposed to be in like the top 5 most needed jobs at that period of time. But when I graduated, it was one of the top 3 or top 5. Was it top 5? It might have been top 3 even, but whatever. Top 5 least needed jobs because the economy was in such bad shape. So it is what it is. What are you going to do, right? It's the way the world goes, unfortunately. So now I'm which some of you know if you've been around for a while, I'm a project manager by day. I'm actually a manager of project managers. I manage project managers for a small little company here. Small software company. So it's not a bad gig. It's just I work a lot of hours, but it's not a bad gig. I average on average every week 50 to 60-ish, somewhere around there. Every once in a while it's a little bit lower than that, right? But most of the time it's 50 to 60, so it's a lot of hours. So whenever I'm doing these recordings, normally it's late at night, 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, even sometimes 11 o'clock, right? If I'm still awake. I don't sleep a whole lot, so that, I mean, the job I have is good in that sense, since I don't sleep a whole lot. If I slept a lot, my wife likes to sleep a ton. So if I was like her, where goes to bed at, 10 o'clock every night, probably wouldn't be able to run two channels on YouTube and continue to have a full-time job. I don't think I could manage all of that. It's already hard enough to manage 2 channels in my job, so. But I'm not, I've just never been, my mom is the same way, so I got it from her. But I don't need that much sleep to operate. I mean, I get 6, 7 hours, I'm golden. That's all I need. Go to bed at 11:30, 12:30, 1, whatever, somewhere in that range, and get up at 7 to 8 o'clock, somewhere between there. I'm fine. It's nothing, no problem for me. Alright, so let's put this on a worker here once I get turned around here. I probably should do another pass here, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But we'll put it on a worker and see how it goes. Yeah, the worker should be fine. So let me sprint down here. We'll jump into the Z-Tour, or the Z-Tour, and we'll start picking up all the straw off our, well, at this point, weeded field. Well, we've already run into problem number 1. Straw evidently is not accepted there. I swear we sold straw there before. Well, that means we gotta put down a selling point where we can sell straw at, I guess. What are you gonna do? I don't need straw products. I need something that'll just accept straw. Okay, we had this here at one point. We're gonna put it back for now. As long as it'll accept the straw, which I'm pretty sure it will. Worker has a full tank. We gotta unload that too. Let me see. Oh, well, okay. Okay, well, I'm completely wrong, man. I swear this... I swear we had that and we were selling straw there. Where did we sell the straw at in the last time? Well, let me get the worker unloaded here, so we're not just sitting here wasting money. That's weird. I swear we sold it at that sell point. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't. I guess we didn't. That's weird, man. I really thought that is where we sold it at. Let me get up here while it's unloading. I'm going to see if I can find a sell point for straw then. Because clearly, that was not it. Okay. Straw, here we go. The shop. We gotta take it all the way to the shop. I think what we were... Maybe what we did was we put it into the silo. Does it accept it in the silo? Let's try that. Let's see if it accepts it in the silo. If it doesn't, then I guess we have to make those trips to the shop. And those are long trips to the shop. That's not even worth our time, I don't think. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But straw, you don't make much money off of straw. So that's why I'm saying I don't even know if it's necessarily worth our time or not. Maybe we buy some new trailers for the straw. Let me see if the straw will go in here or not. I feel like it won't. It will. Okay, well, there you go. That might have been what we did. I don't think we had that silo at that time, though, so maybe we just took it up to the sell point. I don't know. But we're going to put it in there for now. We might end up buying something just to utilize it for the trip there to save us some time. This is a far trip to that shop from here. Still got a lot of straw to go here, gang. Let's get back to it, huh? Why did we just unload some? What the hell was that? That was weird. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, field's all done there. Everything's in there, and the silo. I got all this stuff over here already, so let's just go ahead and sell it while we're here. We can sell the Z-Tour as well. We don't really need another tractor at this point. So we'll sell that. Repair. Paint. Sell that. So that makes us up to $423,983. We are going to buy a trailer to help us with selling this straw. Now, well, that would have been nice to have, I guess, but it needs a 300 horsepower, so we weren't going to be able to get that no matter what we did. We have 71,000 liters of straw in there. That is a lot of straw. I don't think there's going to be any way for us to... Well, we don't have 71,000. That's somewhere else. I don't know where that is. It's somewhere else that's on the map. Remember, I told you on the map there's things that start, so it must be in some kind of silo on somewhere else on the map that you potentially could own. We don't own any of that land, but if you did, you'd have it to start with, I guess. So we have 38,314 liters. I'm glad I went and looked at that. So we want a trailer that has 40,000 liters-ish. It can hold 40,000, so that way we just make one trip. Maybe a little bit unrealistic, slightly unrealistic that we're going to go with here. I mean, I could go with this, I guess. It's a big dog. A lot of money. We'd probably waste a lot of money in the process. If I can find something a little bit cheaper, unrealistic-wise, right? I mean, 22.5. We utilized that same one. We've been utilizing that same one recently in the Broke to Billionaire Challenge series. That might be the one we go with. But if I can find another one that's relatively the same, doesn't look like I'm going to, but if we were able to find one, I was going to go with that. Well, here you go. We can go with this one. We've used this before, though, too. I think we actually have this in the other series as well. It is a little bit cheaper, though. We don't need that extension. Let's just go with 150. That should be plenty. I really don't care about all this, honestly. Because we're only going to use it like one time. Alright, so we bought that. So we got to go get the John Deere. We're going to unload the harvester, because I'm sure the harvester's full. And then we're going to come back here, pick up the new trailer, unload all of the straw into it, and go sell the straw at the shop. Since, for whatever reason, everything I put down is not working. Now, I bet if I put down that sell everything container, it probably would work. I probably should have just did that. I would save myself some money, but too late now, I guess. I definitely should have did a second headland pass up here. You can see the worker is leaving bits that we're going to have to touch up, but that's okay. That's okay. You know what? Actually, I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. That thing will go for forever. Okay, I lied. It will not. Excuse me, gang. I'm sorry. I could not hit the pause button quick enough, or the stop recording quick enough before that sneeze came. I don't know where that came from. Alright, he has full grain tank. Kind of what we expected. So I'm just going to turn it off the worker for now. We can finish up the rest of this harvest here soon. Let's get this trailer. And let's load the straw into it. And then we can sell the silo. We don't need the silo anymore. I'm happy I kept that silo. We really didn't have any reason to keep the silo until until that, right? We could have sold it in the last episode. I almost did, but boy, am I glad I didn't at this point. There's 2 more pallets there of fertilizer and herbicide, but so we wasted a lot of money there on that. That's probably like $7,000 to $8,000 just sitting there, and the remainder that's over there on our farm currently in the yard area. But oh well. I tell you what, gang, OBS has taken an absolute eternity today to stop the recordings. I don't know if there's an update on my PC, if there's something else going on, I have no idea, but whenever I hit stop recording, it's literally still recording for another 10-15 seconds after I hit stop recording. Don't understand it. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but whatever. It is what it is. So that is all empty now, or at least it should be, so we can sell this now. Yes. So while we're here, let's just go ahead and sell it. Just knock it out of the way. Boom. Perfect. $5,329 back. We did waste a little bit of money on that one as well, but that's okay. It was needed for the time period, right? We had crop that if we were to sell it, we're going to lose a ton of money on, so it made it worthwhile at that point. So I'll head over to the shop here, gang. We'll get this thing sold, and yeah. Hopefully we get a pretty penny out of 38,000 liters of straw, but I'm not expecting a whole lot. Alright, we're here. Let's unload this thing. Let's see what we get out of this. Like I said, I'm not expecting a ton of money out of this. And I'm correct to not expect a ton. 4,198. Not bad. Not bad. Might pay for the actual trailer itself, but it might not at the same time. Oh well. Alright, we're back here. Let's sell this trailer. Lose a few bucks on it, but that's fine. Yeah, we might have made like a $1,500 off of that straw, so it really probably wasn't worth everything I just went through. That's fine. Again, we're at this point we've already, you know, surpassed our goal, right? Our goal, which I should have probably made $250,000 because we still would have blew past it even with that, but oh well. So we're gonna finish up the harvest here. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of a few things while we're here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that little guy. Everything else I'm going to leave as is for now. Again, I don't think it's really going to matter that much, but we'll probably get to 11 o'clock, so if we get anything at all at 11 o'clock from that stuff, we'll wait and see. But I don't think we will. I think it's more going to be an overnight thing for most of that. The only thing that we might get is if, we get enough to sell from some of the greenhouses, right? That's really probably the only thing we're going to really make any money off of. So let's unload this. We've got that little section and then all that down there, and then these little tiny pieces here, which we're going to touch these pieces up right now. As soon as we get this unloaded, we're going to hit those immediately. And we're going to carry on here, gang. It shouldn't take much longer for us to get this done. Throw another bit of a time lapse in here. We'll get it all done. And it's time to sell everything and see what we actually end up with. Alright, field is all done here, gang. It's time to sell the rest of the soybeans here. This is going to get us above 500,000 easy. And then we got to sell everything else that's remaining on the field here, or on the farm here, I should say. What I'm likely going to do is take all of the equipment and sell that first. Try to wait till 11 just to see if anything else occurs as far as extra income for us. I doubt it, but I mean, we're only 9 minutes away, game time, 9 minutes away, so I think it's worth waiting a few minutes here. And we have to sell these pieces of equipment anyway, so we might as well just utilize this time to sell those. So that's what we're going to do. But it was good, $500,000. Well, we're gonna probably be well over that. We'll probably be at this point. Now that I know everything else, I'm thinking 650. I think we're going to make 650 grand. We're up to 526 by selling both of those. So now we just got to get on over to the harvester and bring that over here. It's going to take a bit. That harvester is pretty slow. Great harvester. Worked out really well for us, but it is slow. We can sell this. 238. Nothing crazy out of that, but 238 more we didn't have. What a great series, man. What a great series this has been. These will be back. I will say that. Not really a spoiler because they've been so enjoyable. We will be doing, when FS22 comes out, another 200 horsepower challenge, maybe do a 300, and maybe another 100, who knows. We will be doing more of these horsepower challenge series. I really enjoy these. That's what I started this channel off on, was doing a 200 horsepower challenge that was from Crustu. So, you know, there are... Since I've enjoyed them so much, we will definitely be back and doing these on another map with obviously different equipment, right? All right, so we're at 544. We've got to wait 2 minutes. That won't take long at all to get the 2 minutes done. We can sell... I don't think there's anything else to sell, actually, now that I look at this. I thought we had one other thing to sell over here, but I don't think we do. We don't. We don't. So we just got to wait 1 more minute here, and we're going to sell everything. I don't think anything is going to jump, but... we'll see. It's the longest minute ever. When you're waiting on something, it's always the longest minute ever. A little bit. Alright, one last thing to sell, and we are done, gang. We started with this field, so we're not selling this field. 657,455. My second guess was pretty good, right? 600. I said 650, so we pretty much at 650. But we're gonna leave it there, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. It's the easiest and the best way to help me out, and it's completely free. More videos in the corners if you're wanting to check those out. And until next time, I'll catch each and every single one of you in likely FS25.